post champion bumper. It's always a wonderful race. Here are the runners and riders for this year's renewal. €100,000 in total prize money. Won last year by blow. Number 1 this afternoon is Carter McKay. Paddy Mullins riding for his dad. 2, Another Go is Barry O'Neill. 3, Paloma Blue, David Roach. 3, Polly Rock, Katie Walsh, of course, the talented lady rider. 5, Someday, Kate Harrington, the all-conquering Harrington team. 6, Fayonagh, so brilliant at the Cheltenham Festival. And number 7, Deloro, the mount of Simon Clements for Gary Moore. Fillies have a good record in this race, Tom. The likes of Refinement, Lissa Puerig.
She was the last one, Refinement, back in 2005. So Fayonagh, she's got a 12-year gap to try and bridge. The money suggests she's going to be electric this afternoon. Win, concluding with that last to first blitzkrieg at Cheltenham. But look at the quality, only 7 runners. But I don't think you could put a line through any of them. The betting suggesting Jessica Harrington at it again today. Close shave, sizing John. Could it be a monster treble on the day with this Someday? That's the one they backed early doors and still very strong in the betting here. 3-1 and 100-30 generally. Someday, who looked very sharp the last day. And bear in mind, yesterday's Grade 1 won by Silos Emery. That's the horse that shot down Someday here last year. Working through them, Carter Mackay. Popular at a price, maybe the drifter here, Poliwa, for whatever reason. Just the one that's being fielded against by the bookmakers, perhaps simply because of the relative strength with Fayonagh and indeed with Someday.
While I have you, of course, bookmaker reaction to the Gold Cup. Sizing John and Thistlecrack remain joint favourites at 5-1 for next year's Gold Cup.
As we've seen this season, a lot of water to go under the bridge. Horses can go by the wayside, but 5 each of 2. Thistlecrack and the horse we've just seen creating a 4-timer this season. 16-1 Coneygree, the same price Jacadam. What a race that would be.
It's the great thing about the National Hunt game, isn't it? We can look forward in a year's time and more. There's Carter McKay. This is the first we have a look at. 7-1 shot he is. I thought he was really impressive at Naas and Leopardstown. He then went to Cheltenham and he faded. He was disappointing. Point-to-point winner at Ballino last April as well.
Go another one, John McConnell's runner here. He's a big enough price. He's a winner of his 2 bumpers and was second on his first time. He's a decent horse. He just has a bit to find here with these. He hasn't run since we saw him win back in August. But I'm sure he's in tip-top shape with John for this. Love the ground.
Henry de Bromhead's horse is Paloma Blue for Chris Jones. He's a son of Stowaway. Nice horse he is. He's only had the 1 run. It was at Fairy House at the beginning of January, and he won by a length and a half or so from Oakley Hall. The form is working out well. Most encouraging. Nice type.
4 is Polly Roy. Gordon Elliott's another one for Gordon here. This fella was impressive when he beat Impact Factor at Navan. He was an impressive winner of a point before that. And not what I do shout. Katie Walsh on board. 9-2 on our last show.
And Someday was a narrow winner at Leopardstown back in February, but the pair, he and Voix de Tieppe, he was a newcomer from Willie Mullins' stable. I don't think he's run since, but the pair were 15 lengths clear, and he's a proper good horse, he is, this fella. Runner-up to Silas Emery here a year ago.
There's the mare, of short price favourite, 6-4 Fayonagh. She got left at the start at Cheltenham and then went around him into the straight and won the bumper really well and was an impressive winner of a bumper at Ferry House before that and won at Naas before that. She's a hell of a good mare and as good a bumper mare as we've seen for a very, very long time.
Delora comes over from England, trained by Gary Moore, and did it well at Fontwell towards the end of March. This is a big step up, though. He's a son of Walk in the Park, the Sarah Duvan and Min and Company. He's got a lot in his hands. Why don't we have a look at the Cheltenham bumper, Ted? Fayonagh, it was a wonderful race. And the story, of course, began at the start when Jamie was dead last. But wow, he comes through a dozen horses.
And the horse she beat, the horse that's second here, the horse she beat is a hell of a good horse as well. He went on to Limerick since and won the 4-year-old champion bumper down there. Le Boucher. The good horse of Mags Mullins's. But she comes up the stand rail here and picks him up in the last furlong and goes away and wins well. I mean, she just doesn't. She flashes by him and wins going away a couple of lengths.
She was bought at the sales by the Gittins. What a good buy she is, and they'll breed from her as well. She's lovely. She's got a lovely pedigree. She's out of Fayonagh, and she's by Calanisi.
She's the same family as Solarine as well.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's a proper good races, and only 7 going for it. Ted, is that because of the strength of it, or?
I'd say it's the strength of it and the lack of maybe a top class bumper horses all year. But I mean, you've got 7 good winners here. Carter McKay from the powerful Willie Moulden stable, winner of his 3 bumpers. Then you have John McConnell's as 1-2. Paloma Blue, impressive from Henry de Bromhead's. All the big stables are represented, with the exception maybe of Noel Mead. He's the only big bumper man that's sort of missing out of the equation, but the big yards are all represented.
There's Kate in the crazy quilt colours there. That means he's owned by Howard Spooner. These colours were registered by Chesney Allen of the Crazy Gang back in the 1950s, and they've been carried by wonderful horses. I remember Oh So Risky won a Triumph, didn't he? Yeah. And
Mark Perrott, I think, rode him.
Well, Howard Spooner had to go to 25,000 to buy these at an auction 10 years ago or so. But
he's
different.
He's not short of a pound, so.
Well, he's happy with them, and he's got a good horse here. There they go. Here is Richard Pugh.
Yes, they've just jumped off in the Racing Post Champion Bumper, this Grade 1 contest over the 2 miles, and Fayonagh, well, she's a bit quicker away today. She's going to make the running, as she did at Fairyhouse. Jamie Codd dictating, being followed in second by stable companion Polly Raw towards the inside, and then been taken on the outside now by an improving Paloma Blue. This leading group of 3 are being chased by Someday, who's just racing keenly through the early part. Go Another One is next, and then towards the inside is the Delora, and just outside this one, Carter Mackay. So they head up the hill to race right-handed into the turn, bring them away from the stands, and it's Fayonagh who's going to try and dictate, being followed by Paloma Blue in second. Someday still racing keenly on the outside of Polly Roy. Right in behind them, Go Another One. Deloro is next, and Carter Mackay just watching on, back marker of the 7 as they turn away from us now and make their way along the side of the course with Fayonagh, the mount of Jamie Codd, who holds this 3-winner lead over Patrick Mullins in the bid to become amateur champion for the first time. Paloma Blue is racing in second under Davy Roach. Someday and Kate Harrington towards the outside. They're being followed in the inner by Polly Roy and Katie Walsh, who won this race last year in these silks. That was blow by blow for Willie Mullins. She's on the board, the Gordon Elliott team this time around. Just behind them is Go Another One. Barry O'Neill aboard for John McConnell. Carter Mackay is the grey. That's Patrick Mullins riding for his father Willie. And just behind them is Deloro. Stevie Clements aboard this one. Gary Moore trains. So they now make their way. They've raced into the dip. Now they're going to race right-handed into the back straight. And Fayonagh in the sheepskin noseband. This mare, who became the 3rd mare to win the Cheltenham Bumper. She's bidding to become the first since refinement to win this one. And she's become the 3rd to win back-to-back bumpers, Cheltenham and Punchestown, Cousin Vinny and Champagne Fever, the other 2 that have managed the double. Fayonagh trying to be 3. Paloma Blue is racing in second. Someday is 3rd. 4th down the inside is Polly Roy. They're being followed by Go Another One. Next up to Carter Mackay, and the back marker is Delora. They're racing right across the stands, right over the far side of the track now, and it's Fayonagh who made all the running to win her Fairyhouse Bumper. She came from last to first in Cheltenham. Back to more standard tactics here. Paloma Blue is close in second within a length. Back in 3rd is Someday. 4th is Polly Roy. They're being followed in 5 by Go Another One. Carter Mackay is just closing up the gap a little bit at the back of the field, along with Deloro as they continue across the far side. Fayonagh continuing to dictate from Paloma Blue racing in second. Right there in 3rd down the inside is Polly Roy. Someday is there for company, and they're being chased by the final 3 who go along up sides there. Delora on the outside. Carter Mackay and Go Another One, the dual bumper winner in his last 2 starts, is disputing the back spot. So now they begin to leave the back straight behind them. They're beginning to race along the side of the track to turn towards home, and in front it is still Fayonagh who leads Paloma Blue. No change in the order. Someday's right up there in 3rd on the outside of Polly Roy. Go Another One travels well behind them, so does Carter Mackay, and right behind them is Deloro. They're all there with chances and tightly bunched as they make their way along the side of the track and heading shortly towards the turn in. They've about a half a mile to race. Fayonagh has real company now on the outside, and Paloma Blue. Right behind them is Someday. Polly Roy's just been niggled for effort. Then on the outside, Carter Mackay's trying to get into it. Go Another One's in the blue in the centre, and Deloro, the back marker, still in touch, heading to make their way towards the turn into the straight now, and it's Fayonagh who's had the advantage since the white flag came down. Paloma Blue is now a length down. Polly Roy has come under pressure. Ridden along behind is Someday and Delora and Carter Mackay, and Go Another One. She's taken one by one off the bridle. It's Fayonagh. Paloma Blue, the only one that can possibly mount a challenge. Polly Roy is back in 3rd trying to rally. They've gone clear. She's picking up again. Fayonagh's beginning to lengthen. Paloma Blue now feeling the pinch. Back in 3rd is Polly Roy, and it's Fayonagh who has the advantage. Paloma Blue is back in 2nd. Polly Roy is 3rd. There's a distance to 4. She's a real good mare, Fayonagh. She's going to do what Cousin Vinny and Champagne Fever did, but more importantly, Jamie Codd
behind Gordon Elliott. What a season. It just might be one that makes a difference. Fayonagh's won the bumper. Paloma Blue is second. Back in third is Polly Roy. Go another one is 4. They're being followed in 5 by Someday Carter Mackay, and next in behind these was Delora. But we're watching a very special filly. Jamie Codd still hasn't got her pulled up. She's heading up the hill. Fayonagh, she came from last to first in Cheltenham. She did it from the front today. The Gittins have found something really. She's gone up past the fence, past the stand. Ted, that doesn't happen around here.
This, I hate to say it, but this could be another Dawn run. I haven't seen a mare do what she's done since I saw Dawn run win bumpers with the late Mrs. Hill and Tom Mullins. She used to do the same thing. She'd lay up there and go away and win. This is a hell of a mare. She made all the running. She came from the back of the field at Cheltenham to show the turn of foot she had. She's straightforward here. She made every step of it. She has 2 fair animals, Polly Roy and Paloma Blue, in trouble off the last bend. And when Jamie sets about her, she just quickens up and says, goodbye lads, away I go. And the others never got in a blow. I mean, she's beaten the second and third 5 or 6 lengths back to the second and 6 or 8 back to the third. And he just gets down on her, squeezes her up and says, go on about your business. And she just lengthens all the way. And as Richard Pugh said, he doesn't get her pulled up and she goes to the fence past the stands. This is some baby. Couple of smacks around the backside there just to put her on her job. And when she gets into top gear, and she loves a cut in the ground as well, she won at Fairy House, she's gone right away. It's hard to say it. I wouldn't like to say anything. It's kind of blasphemous to say something could be another Dawn run, but she could be.
She was very, very good, and she can do it any way at all, Ted, you know. Yeah. I mean, when you look at that, there was an extraordinary performance at Cheltenham when she got left behind and had to weave her way through. This time she's done it completely differently. She's run them into submission. She's absolutely extraordinary. And, of course, when we think of her relations and we think of Solarina, what a mare she was absolutely outstanding. This mare's got the same heart, the same engine, and from what we're seeing now, she's got it all ahead of her. Only a 6-year-old. Daughter of Kalanisi out of a Taipan mare, Farina, bred by the Bows. 5.5 lengths, 7 lengths. Paloma Blue ran an absolute corker in second. He'd won his only start at Fairy House back in January, and he came to win this one, but he couldn't get to the mare.
She's some baby, that's all I can say. She went to the line. And Jamie, of course, he's 4 ahead of Patrick now with only a couple of days racing to go. He's just home and hosed as a champion amateur. And a fine amateur he is, one of the best we've seen. He's absolutely squealing with himself there. He bought this mare for the Gittinses after she won a bumper at Naas. And she's a real one.
Jamie's won 7 races at the Cheltenham Festival. He won 2 this year. He's won 4 Kimures. He's a remarkable rider, but we've got remarkable riders.
He's as good as we've had for a very long time. Himself and Derek O'Connor have farmed the point-to-point business. Barry O'Neill is a few ahead of him at the moment, but Jamie has been concentrating and tried to beat Patrick in the amateur title, and now he's gone and he'll chase Barry now for the next 6 weeks at the point-to-point. He's been champion point-to-point rider in the past a couple of times, runner up to Derek on several occasions. Great rider, from a great family too. All the Codds were great riders. His uncles and everyone who belonged to him down there in Wexford. Some great horses they all rode over the years, and great point-to-point men as well too.
Past the 800 winner mark in November, before Christmas anyway. Going great guns.
She's a real one. That's Mark Gittins there on the left, the son of the man who owns her, Watkin Gittins. He's had a couple of good horses over the years. Used to have horses in training with Henry Cecil as well too. Has a lot of goodish flat horses. And this mare was some boy. She's some filly. And Gordon has done a great job with her as well too. Producer to win at Fairy House, then at Cheltenham, back here again. And Gordon has been first and third there. That's a fair old heel, 60 and 10 for third is 70,000. It'll cancel Willie's money that he won earlier on. So much of the same. But these lads, as much as they'd like to be champion trainers, and they would be, they've had great seasons and great years.
Yeah, she comes back to the parade ring, the winner's enclosure, and she'll get a terrific round of applause because everybody knows that they've seen a real one, and the mare beats the boys. Just the 7 runners, and it was 6 against 1, but this mare had all the answers.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome back here the racing world champion winner
good as mares we saw for a long time, Robert. We've had a lot of good mares like Annie Power and...
Yeah, we love good mares, we love them. And when you see...
Vague and all them along the line.
A mare with talent and heart.
She reminds me of now she's not as big a mare as Dawn Run, but to do in her national hunt like she's done. Her relation, Solarina, was a great mare as well too, one of the great race mares that we've ever seen. She won, I think, 3 Hatton's Race hurdles, not about 6 grade ones.
You can see our page there by Calanisi. He was a brave horse, a son of Doyoun, and we know that the Dams family well.
And what a great year Willie Flood's horses have. Calanisi stands above Willie Flood. He's had I think he had 3 individual winners by his sires at Cheltenham this year. So it's a great swing around and the power for him up there in Westmeath to have all these stallions. He's always had good horses over the years. Furry Glen there for a good few years as well too. But these have really put the ship back on the float. There's Mrs. Gittins there.
I remember taking our pony mare to Chu Chin Chow. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, this is magnificent. And I don't think they paid an awful lot of money for her. I mean,
no, 37 or 8,000, maybe 40 grand after she won a bumper at Naas. But she's a real deal.
I was surprised when I saw Jamie jumping out, and having seen her, I missed her at Naas.
She won Mid-All in Ferryhouse when she won.
Or Ferryhouse, yeah.
The plan was at Cheltenham was to jump out and make it. He lost.
But she was so effective. She was so effective at Cheltenham, from behind. Remarkable. Yeah, I look forward to hearing Jamie's edition. Terrific performance and a wonderful race. Full marks too to Paloma Blue, having only a second start.
Oh yeah, we've seen some spectacular performances here at Punchestown, from Sizing John beating Jackadab to Fayonagh absolutely blitzing the boys in the Racing Post Champion flat race to join the likes of Refinement, Like a Butterfly, Lissa Pueric, Aries Girl. This lady is good. She's very...
Gordon and Jamie, we have them both here, and we've just seen what we think is a very, very special performance. Gordon, I mean, she's good.
Yeah, she looks very good, Robert. We don't gallop her a lot at home. She's very buzzy, but she does all her work on the track, and Jamie bought her now and he's rode her, and big thanks has to go to him. So it's a
big performance, Jamie. You buy her, you ride her. I mean, and what a season. Hey, tell us about her.
Yeah, she won a bumper for Richie Rat. A couple of Wexford lads owned her, and she won a bumper in Naas, and she went to Tatch Cheltenham Sale, and the owners, the Gittins family, asked me to pick out a filly for them, and
she was easy to buy.
She was a bumper winner.
She didn't, and
she's a good pedigree.
What'd you pay?
Oh, she cost, I think it was 64.
Yeah, that's it.
But she's turning out cheap now, I suppose. But no, she's a very, very good filly. There's no end to her galloping.
You got left and you come through today. You break off and make it.
Yeah. She to be fair, she made the run in Naas. She made the run in Ferryhouse. Cheltenham was I don't care what anyone says. She could have jumped off anywhere and she still would have won the same day. She's a relentless galloper. She has a little bit of a gear, but
you saw them all off. I mean, 6 boys behind you. Paloma Blue's your last challenger. You were always in charge.
Yeah, when you have a good mare, you want to keep a hold of her. She's exceptional, and it's just great for the Gittins. It's great for Gordon going forward next year that she could make into a nice novice hurdler next year.
Gordon, where do you see her ending up? What sort of a mare is she now? I mean, hurdles next.
Yeah, we schooled her at home and she's very good at jumping, so I expect we put her away now and keep her to go jumping hurdles. If I knew where, that's what she'll do.
And she's got a lovely way of going, hasn't she? She's always going forward.
She's very honest and she tries for you, but she's a buzzy little thing, so summer's grass will do the world of good.
And Jamie, I mean, what a season now. You're 4 clear. You haven't got the trophy yet, but you're pretty hopeful.
It's been a fantastic year. A few things have fell my way this year. I suppose Nina going off to have their first child with Ted, and Gordon's kind of rise again. He's a lot of bumper winners this year, and I've been lucky to be a part of that.
2 winners at Cheltenham.
He wasn't too happy yesterday with me now, but today is another day, and that's what you have to.
Yeah, just about.
So no, it's been a fantastic year, Cheltenham, riding in the Grand National was, you know, just a dream come true for me.
Over 800 point-to-point winners as well. Now, you passed that before Christmas, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I've 800 point-to-point winners and a good few on the track there as well.
Will you go out to Barry now once?
I don't know. Listen, we'll see. We'll get over Punchestown and we'll go into May and see can we ride a few more winners. The 4-year-old scene is a big scene in the point-to-points, and as long as you're winning on a few of those and getting them away and getting them sold, and that's the main thing as well. You know?
Gordon, we're not going to talk about trophies to you just yet, as in championships, or, you know, I mean, we've still got 3 more days.
Yeah, it's
been a good day, though, hasn't it?
It's been a great day and a great week, no matter what happens. But you know, whatever happens,
we've enjoyed it. It's wonderful. Well done. Well done to you and to Willie as well, of course. Yes. We have got a break to take, and after the break, we've got part 2 of Sir Anthony McCoy. It's AP time after the break.